What's up? How you doing? Here we are, Tuesday evening. Nice day today, but slightly cool. So we got potatoes here. I'm gonna make French fries. I'm gonna peel them, and I went to the butcher shop today and I bought some really good hamburgers. So I'm gonna put those on the grill and make them. I bought some good cheese, some really high quality cheddar cheese, and we're gonna make a meal out of it. So Celtics are playing right now against Miami Heat. They're down 3 games. We'll see what happens. There was a time in my prime when I was a big basketball fan. I used to collect the pictures, you name it, and could have been anybody playing, I would have watched. Now I watch only the playoffs, and I'm not really watching today. I'm keeping an eye on it though. See what happens there. I know Lakers could not win one. It happens. I know if the Celtics lose tonight, Bob Cousy is going to be very upset. I should have got more potatoes. Should be enough, but I don't know. Got my hammer here. I like these. This is a 22-ounce hammer. I have 16, I have 18, 22. This one's made out of wood, absorbs the vibration. Right now I have that hunger feeling, and usually when I eat something it goes away. I have a craving to go out to the desert and watch the stars. They overwhelm me, you know, when I look up in the sky at night and I look and I see so many. And that is just a little small window of the galaxy. You're not even looking at the whole thing, just a little area out where the finger is. And that's just one galaxy out of hundreds of billions. They said at 1.2 trillion, but I think maybe they overcounted. A couple of guys were lit counting at night and they came up with 2 trillion. It may be more than that because we only see the observable. We don't see beyond that. We don't know what's beyond that. That question, what is the universe inside of, has been going around and around in my head since I was that big. You know, and don't give me the infinity thing either. Infinity. You can't have a beginning and be infinite at the same time at some point. I mean, you're this big, there's a beginning, and then all of a sudden at some point now you're infinite. That makes no sense at all. But then again, the universe is strange. But you know, just what is the universe expanding into? And a frightening question that always, to this day, even when I was little, but even now, suppose there was nothing anywhere, in no other dimension, in no other area of reality. There was no reality of any kind anywhere. No empty space, no small space, no, you know, no vacuum, no nothing. I would always think of that as a kid, and it would give me a bit of a chill. You know, if there was no reality, not just us existing, but I mean anything, not even an atom or a proton or, you know, a string, plankton. Just find it weird. The whole existence of anything is strange, but even stranger would be for me if nothing existed at all, including empty space. And maybe that's not a possibility, because how do you not have empty space when there's nothing there? You know, maybe the only way that things could be is if there's always something. And maybe the universe always existed. Maybe there was no beginning. Maybe it is always there in some form, and sometimes it's bigger, sometimes it contracts, or maybe it just always was and always expands. Maybe that's what the black holes are for, recycling centers. Although I heard one scientist say that that's been disproven. How? How would that be disproven? You know, the Big Bang Theory always seems, it seems to me now, maybe not always, but now it seems to me a bit made up. If you don't know how big the universe is, then how can you reverse engineer it to a point where it was this big? This big. You know, I mean, you're only seeing the observable. Let's say the universe is actually trillions of times bigger, septillions of times bigger, dectillions of times bigger. Then you wouldn't be able to tell if there was a beginning to it, because you wouldn't know how big it was. Now, if you could see the edge of it, you know, and you look out and you go, okay, we know the universe is about 100 billion light years across. So we know if you take the amount of time it needs to expand to that size, then, you know, at some point it must have been that big. But we don't know how big it is. They used to say, oh, it's 93 billion light years across. The universe is expanding faster than the speed of light. Therefore, if you take all that information, it's slightly less than 14 billion years old. But recently it's come out that we have no idea how big the place is. We don't know. We only know how far light, from how far light has reached us at this point. And that's about 42, 43 billion light years on either side. But if the universe is bigger than that, especially when they say infinite, how can you say it's infinite at the same time say that it's 13.8 billion years old? I mean, how did it become infinite in that duration of time? Mysterious place. You keep thinking about it, then your head becomes nothing more than a knot. See what's going on here. So the score right now, Celtics 88, Miami Heat 83. Okay, so I want to start making those into French fries. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm right here. Wow, professional. Get that. I can make them thinner, but you know, why? You know, when tomatoes get old, I mean potatoes, like old, they start smelling like locker room sneakers. Look at that. You know, just horrible odor. If you forget a potato somewhere in your house, well, the best thing is, like, for a practical joke, go over somebody's house with a bag of potatoes and hide them somewhere, under their bed, in a closet, somewhere, but don't say anything, and then wait a couple of months